I also have a theory that people will no doubt widely mock, but I believe this to my core.
What's that?
I think LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, you named the greats in all sports all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they hold the key to happiness.
Nah.
I think they do.
I don't think so.
All right, so this is going to be an interesting conversation then. Go ahead. You can lay out your case.
I don't think they're as happy as we think they are because, I mean, they're always trying to be better, which is not... I don't know. I don't think LeBron's happy.
That's hilarious because that's the exact reason why I think they're so happy.
Really?
It's because, look... When you wake, like I remember in college and in high school or whatever, when I would wake up in the morning and I didn't really have anything to look forward to, you were just existing. Like you were just surviving, existing, going through day to day and just doing whatever, eating some stuff, going out every once in a while. You're just existing. But when you have, I don't give a fuck what it is, by the way, either. This isn't just limited to sports. This is in everything in life, whether it's a certain hobby that you love. You could be a fucking Magic the Gathering card player and have this same mentality. But if you wake up and you're just fucking so passionate about getting better at something and you spend every waking second of every waking day focusing and buckling down and following a diet regimen and following a strict schedule and practicing X number of hours a day, knowing you're practicing more than everybody else, knowing you're getting better, all this stuff. I think that is happiness. The whole process of doing that, like if it's the middle of the day and you're Kobe Bryant and you're in the gym working like crazy, taking jumpers, fucking going back to the three-point line, knocking them down, getting better and better. When you leave the gym that night, you know there's more work to do the next day, but you're at peace because you're following your path and you know
but you're never satisfied.
But that's the thing. The whole idea of you could always get better, which is a Tiger Woods quote, by the way. Like after this tournament, he like destroyed the field in a tournament, and then he was going to go to the practice range, and a reporter asked him like, "Why are you you just won by like 8 shots? What are you doing? Why would you do that?"
Yeah.
And he said, "You could always become better." But there's this inner like peace and tranquility with that, where you know if you're outworking people and if you're focusing more and if you're, you know, the old goofy saying, it's about life is about the path, not the destination, or it's about the journey, not the destination. I think that's true. And with guys like, you know, Tiger, Kobe, whatever, like when they're 80 years old, you can see now with Jack Nicklaus right now, they always seem the most at peace over everybody else because they know every second of their life when they were focused on their thing. They know that every second meant something. It wasn't wasted. There was an actual meaning there behind it.
I guess so. I think they have to come, I think they, within themselves, have to come to a realization that, like, there is a certain point. Like, if you win a championship, you got to embrace that moment.
Of course. And I think they do that.
Yeah.
There's a certain grace period after said accomplishment where it's like, yes, I did it. But then you eventually it's right back to the drawing board and you're equal with everybody else. And then you got to try to bust ass again.
But that brings me to like, you're never satisfied because until I guess maybe you retire, because there was, I'm a big Florida Gators fan and Urban Meyer was the coach. And there was a quote from him that said like after they won their national championship in like 2009 or something, it was like supposed to be the happiest time of his life. But he said he couldn't even celebrate the moment because right after they won, he was in his office on the phone recruiting for next season. He was just never satisfied with victory because it was always what's next. I got to win the next championship now.
See, here's the thing though. That's life. Like, there's never, but I think it's a fallacy when people think that there's ever a destination. Like, you're never going to wake up.
No, that's what I'm saying. They have to come to the realization that it's just like, you got to keep, it's just, there is no end to it. You know?
But I also think you can briefly relish in your accomplishments and your achievements. Like after Rory McIlroy won the British Open, like he spent a good 2 or 3 days or a week or whatever, just cutting loose, doing whatever. Then it was right back to the drawing board. But I think there's a beauty in that because I think people oftentimes they buy into this fallacy that anybody ever anywhere wakes up and goes, I made it in every aspect of my life and I'm perfectly happy 100%. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like, you know what that is? That's kind of like the Buddhist philosophy where they say you should detach yourself from all passions, from all external wants, from all materialism. That's like the Buddhist philosophy. Just be happy inside yourself, like with everything you have.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think they're full of shit because I don't think anybody's happy like that. I don't think you could ever detach yourself fully from all external passions and wants and materialism and all that stuff and be totally happy. I think, like anybody else, they're going to get hungry, they're going to get horny, they're going to want to play a game, they're going to want to do this, and they could try to lie to themselves and pretend like, no, I got this, bro. I'm just going to sit here and meditate forever, and I'm just going to be perfectly happy. But I look at that person, I call bullshit on them. I say, you're fucking full of shit. And meanwhile, if you look at somebody like Kobe, Tiger, they're representing a true religion, a true happiness, because you're embodying passion, you're embodying the human will, human spirit, human force. My whole life theory is based on this. I call it Passionism.
Yeah.
It's this goofy theory I got. I'm working on a book eventually about it. Mm-hmm. But to me, that's almost true religion. Obviously, I don't believe in religion, so I'm using that word more metaphorically.
Yeah.
But it's like understanding that the here and the now and the struggle and the hard work to get to the fake end goal, that's where it's really at. You know what I mean? Like, there are times when I've been playing golf. For people who don't know, I wanted to be a pro golfer at one point, and I cared a lot. I'm a good player, but, you know, obviously I think I'm terrible, and I am terrible compared to real pros. And
you're pretty good.
Well, compared to them, I fucking suck nutsacks.
Yeah.
But, like, so there was, my best round ever was 67, I believe. It's at a place in Eastchester, New York, called Lake Isle. Short course. It's a par 70, but I played well, shot 67. And I realized, like, in the middle of that round, when I'm playing well, I'm like, oh, this is where the happiness is. Like, I'm grinding out around, playing golf, hitting the ball well, chipping and putting and all this stuff, focused like a motherfucker, and it hit me in the middle of the round. Oh, this is the height of life right now, what I'm doing now. There's no, like, people like to think of life like work, retirement day, then in retirement you get to lay on a beach in fucking Cabo and you're happy. But a lot of people laying on the fucking beaches in Cabo are like, fuck, I want to go do something that means something. I want to go, you know, build something or do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do something like that. Mm-hmm. And they've bought into this fake thing of, that's the way life works. Like, you get to the end and then boom, you're all set. Mm-hmm. No, it's in the process. It's in the struggling. It's in that.
That's all excitement.
That's what it is. And it's a matter of people finding that thing that they love enough where, you know, they can embrace that. Mm-hmm. And look, honestly, I got to be honest, with some people, it's a hobby. It's something that their hobby is. Because, look, I'm not naive. I know most people end up doing shit for a living that they don't love, and they don't want to feel like, you know, it's like they're wasting their time there. They know deep down they're wasting their time there. But that's another reason why I'm in favor of giving people a lot of time off. A 4-day work week to me should be the regular, because I think you should have 3 days of the week spending time with family, loved ones, and focusing on whatever your passion is, whatever your hobby is, whatever your love is. Mm-hmm. But that's where it's at. It's in the hobbies. It's in those passions that people actually find meaning and people actually find happiness. That's the height of humanity, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are, I think, the most happy, because I think they've most embraced life. Like, because if you really think about what is golf, it's a stupid fucking thing where you hit a little ball around a field, and then you get some accolades for it because it's somewhat popular. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it's irrelevant, but it's relevant to him. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like there's a weird objective meaning in life to strong subjective meaning. You know what I mean? Like, there's no objective reason why we're here, or if there is, we don't fucking know what it is. Nobody does. They're lying to you if they tell you they do. Mm-hmm. But my contention is, well, since that's likely the case, the default position where there probably is no objective meaning to life, well then, why not find incredible meaning in the subjective things?